Hello, in the new video today we're going to take a look at the Galarian Moltres in the Ultra League Halloween Cup here. This Pokemon now is a little bit more available since the last time I showcased it, as this one here is now out for a little bit longer. Of course, Daily Adventure instance is out for a longer time. Myself, I still don't have a single Galarian bird. I encountered at least 10, but I couldn't catch a single one yet. Always like excellent Golden Raspberry and yeah. Doesn't work, just doesn't work. They all flee no matter what CP they have. Usually mine are at like 2000-ish CP, which makes it basically impossible to catch unless you get the 1 in, I think, 1 in 100 chance for the critical catch, not hatch. But yeah, how is it for you? Did you get one already? Let me know in the comment section. I would actually kind of want to maybe make a poll as well to see how many people have a Galarian bird already, because at this current state this Pokemon is still a little bit rare. I don't know, I'm not the biggest fan of trying to hunt on Pokemon for ages and like literally always seeing it but then have like literally no chance of really catching it. But yeah, we will see here that this Pokemon now has access to the move Ancient Power, which got boosted in general, like it got buffed. But also you can boost with the Ancient Power, as we going to see here. I had a ton of boost for me, I have a ton of boost against me. I have the suspicion, to be fair, that maybe they screwed up the Ancient Power boost rate since the update for it, because in my opinion, at least, also for like, I don't know, maybe just boosts in general, I could think that there's something off with those ones where you have like, I don't know, like the Ancient Power, the Night Slash, or whatever, like all the other one, Omnious Wind. I feel that they boost way more often. Could be just a feeling, of course, but I just have like so many times that Obstagoon boosts against me in the first try and then boosts in the second try. Like, this happens way too often for it to be actually the 12.5% chance, or for the Ancient Power to be the 10% chance, because like it literally happens around about like 1 of 3 times against me, but also for me, so I'm not sure if actually the current displayed things are correct. But of course, unless yeah, certain people, this could be completely wrong. It could be like, it most likely will be completely wrong, it's just coincidence. But for me at least, I feel like boosting comes way more often. Let me know in the comment section how you are feeling about boosting right now, because for me, like both for myself as well as for the opponents, it feels like boosts are coming way more often, like not the 10% anymore for the Ancient Power. And I feel this is a recent change, so not sure. Maybe it's also just because more people use Ancient Power on certain Pokemon. Could be the case. For this team, it's pretty similar to the team that I showcased today already, for the Yveltal, which worked out pretty well. So this team also seemed to have worked out pretty well for this player, as we see here, that the Dragon Claw plus the Dragon Breath damage is going to be actually easily enough to KO this Shiftry. They can bait me all the time. I'm pretty sure they would survive one more foul play here anyway, because Giratina is just so bulky. It's kind of insane how strong this thing is. We see the Dragon Claw coming through. This will not knock them out, and they actually will be able to get to another move. But even if this knocks them out, we still see that they have a Nidoqueen in the back, and it even doesn't knock them out. It's crazy how bulky Giratina is, which makes it kind of awkward to run those more spicier-ish dark types. But yeah, we see a Scizor in the lead here. Scizor is actually pretty horrible for this team, I would say. A little bit difficult to deal with it. We see the Iron Head coming through. We see a bait here. I think this is a decent bait, because they're actually going to get the shield here as well. If you're already invest on shield, like the opponent doesn't really want to go 2 shields down, or like want to risk it for that here, so like they're going to shield up anyway. And as they can only get to 1 Night Slash, this Earth Power will knock them into range where they can farm them down, usually with the Poison Jab. We see a Gengar swapping in here, something that I don't really see in my elo range at all, Gengar, but seems to be a cool Pokemon. Has a lot of pressure actually against a ton of Pokemon. Maybe not as a Hail Swap, because there are a ton of Dark types available. This Dark type here sadly doesn't really have a Dark type charge move. It has Payback, theoretically, Moltres, but you already run the crazy strong Brave Bird anyway, so Payback was kind of an overkill. We see that they can farm down, we see that they are 1 shield down, we see that the opponent tries to swap onto their Scizor, but it didn't work out, and this Nidoqueen goes way too fast for the charge move. There's going to be a Poison Fang, and they can go for an Earth Power here to either get the final shield, knock them nearly yeah, to their death, and yeah, we will see just the poison jab coming through now. There's nothing that they can do here basically anymore. This will get the final shield as well, which is amazing, and they can just farm it all the way down with the Giratina here. Good game there, nothing to go. Next opponent, we will see the Nidoqueen against an Umbreon. Now, this is kind of an awkward matchup for this team, I feel like, because like everything kind of loses to Umbreon. Nidoqueen itself is a little bit less bulky than Umbreon, so Umbreon will be able to take a ton of moves, and it's just so spammy, to be fair. We'll see the foul play coming through here, and we will see another foul play coming through already, and we see that it's most likely be even a 3-shot, nearly a 3-shot at least, with foul play against the Nidoqueen. But we see the Earth Power coming through here. Do they shield this move up? They do shield this move up, sadly. As we see a very nice swap into the Moltres. This will catch the foul play, not very effective, and we will get out the Galvantula. You have actually two really good answers for Galvantula, so kind of sad that this is on the Moltres now, but going to shield up, going to try to get the final shield from the opponent by going for one Brave Bird here, which will happen as well. They can farm it down, but it doesn't really matter anyway, as we see the Giratina coming in. Giratina can tank all the moves of Galvantula. There's not a single move actually that Galvantula can learn which is not resisted by the Giratina, as far as I know. Literally all 4 charge moves I think it can learn, or actually I think it learns 5 different charge moves. Not sure. It's actually 5, yeah. All of them are resisted, so like there is nothing that they can do here anymore. We will see that the Nidoqueen coming in here and also the Umbreon, they're going to have to shield this move up. It's going to be a tough one. We will see that they go straight for the Earth Power now. Hope that this knocks them out. Hope that they go down by this, but they actually don't go down, but they can farm it down all the way. Go straight for the Earth Power against the opposing Nidoqueen, and this will put them into farm down range for the Giratina anyway. Or actually, they think Giratina might still have to throw one charge move here. Let's see. Gonna come still down to the wire. If they go for the Poison Fang here first, that's smart. But they don't get to the next Earth Power, so they will be able to win this here now with the one Dragon Claw. Good game there. And we can move on into the next one. Obstagoon in the lead. Obstagoon will be pretty fine here. They can go straight for Poison Fang, and it's very nice to see this in the lead. Especially the Giratina doesn't really want to face it, but also because they run Dragon Breath Giratina, it's still kind of okay-ish. We will see the Poison Fang coming through. We'll get the debuff, but we also see the swap out into Crobat. Let's see if they can get another Ancient Power boost here, as Ancient Power is super effective against Crobat. Still, this matchup is not the best because, of course, also the IVs currently of the Moltres, but also the in general boost. They see their boost there. It's kind of crazy. Like, it feels so much more common recently, that Ancient Power boost, and also like, yeah, also like Obstagoon boosts also way more often against me, it feels like. And we see another Ancient Power and another boost. It is insane. Maybe it's just super lucky here. Like, this would be theoretically a 1% chance, and we already had like a ton of boosts prior, so I don't know, maybe I am onto something there, maybe I'm just seeing something that doesn't exist, but it at least feels like we have way more boosts that are not how it's supposed to be, but I don't know, like, it's difficult. It's actually pretty easy to find out if I'm correct or not, but it would take a ton of time, because you just have to do some sample games against someone and count how many Ancient Power you go for, how many boosts you get, and you have to have like a sample size of at least like, I don't know, like 100 Ancient Powers or something to see if the boost occurs evenly for like 10%, for the 10% chance or not, but it feels at least like a little bit more currently. We will see the Crustle coming back in. Crustle doesn't really have any chance against Giratina, to be fair. Crustle, of course, will be able to go for one Rock Slide here, but they can just, yeah, they let the move go through, they get farmed out, and this is going to be a good game. Next game here, we will see the opponent with the Giratina in the lead. Giratina is not fine. Giratina is actually one of the worst, and actually the only good answer for Moltres in this meta is a Charm user. Honestly, everything else doesn't really want to face it, but even against a Charm user, you might be able to get the shield from the Brave Bird, so it's kind of fine as well. We see them going for the Psyshock here. They can take one at least. Yeah, not more than one, definitely, but they will be able to go for one Poison Fang now. This Poison Fang should knock them close to death, but they can just farm it all the way down. Swap out into their own Giratina against the opponent's Giratina. They have a shield advantage now, so they will be able to shield up those moves. Dragon Breath gonna do more damage than the Dragon Claw, and we will see that the next move also gonna get shielded because it's super effective. Does definitely make a lot of sense to shield here. We will see another Dragon Claw coming in from the Dragon Breath version, and they actually going to no shield it, which is kind of bad, as they can still go for another one here. This will get the final shield by the opponent. They're gonna go for another move as well. Let's see what they have in the back. Going to be a very close one there. We see the Genesect coming in. You have to go for the Earth Power on time, and it works out pretty well here. Earth Power gonna do a ton of damage, but not enough, definitely. I think this is the water version of Genesect, so they cannot have the ice move, which is good. They're gonna go for one Magnet Bomb, and as long as they survive one Magnet Bomb with a Giratina, they might be able to win this, but I don't think from this range they don't get to the move in time. Was a CMP tie, I don't think it would have KO'd anyway, but very close battle there again. We will see a Giratina against them. Again, we see the Dragon Breath version. Again, they're going to stay in here again, and we will see it that they go for one shield. Ancient Power would do super effective damage, and look at this, more Ancient Power boost. This time not on my side, this time on the opponent's part. And again, like, it feels like it's more than 10%. It's definitely more than 10% in this video, because I think we're currently at, like, I don't know, 5 boosts out of 10 or something. So it's more like a 50% chance at this time, it feels like. But the Ancient Power boost really screws this game up here currently for them, as they won't be able to now have a good matchup with their own Giratina. They will still survive it because of the defense boost, and of course they do more damage against them as well because of the offensive boost. And we see a Genesect coming in. It's basically game over. Like, the boost completely destroyed the game here for them. Boosting with Giratina going to be one of the most common thing, I guess, for upcoming Ultra League as well. So yeah, this is going to be interesting. We will see the Earth Power coming through, hopefully, but no, they're gonna get to the Ice Technoblast before, and I think they can just forfeit now. And yeah, we will see the we see the second to last game here with the Nidoqueen against a Drapion now. This is kind of tricky because Drapion, we don't really have the best answer in the back. They go for Crunch, which means they don't run Awkward Tail, which is nice. But we now see the Crobat coming in, where the Giratina should have a pretty decent matchup. Of course, they have Shadow Ball, but we can survive it pretty easily. And we can go for one Ancient Power, which is gonna put them low. No boost this time around. What a surprise. But we will see here the Shadow Ball coming through. We will see that we are not be able to... They can actually farm down, I think. They actually might be able to farm down. This is only a Poison Fang there, but actually they're going to die at the same time. Maybe should have thrown a Charge Move there before, but I guess it's fine. And we will see the Nidoqueen coming in here. They're gonna go for the bait, which is risky because one Nidoqueen would definitely survive the Earth Power, and yeah, they're going to let this move go through. But they can go for another bait here because now they definitely have to shield, as they would not be able to survive it. We see the Drapion coming in, they're gonna go for another Earth Power, and we will see the Drapion going out again. And at this point of time, they can just save the shields for the Moltres, and they can just go ahead and farm up all the energy, let the first move go through because the next one's going to hurt a little bit more, and I think they might get to 3 versions of it before you can go for 2 Brave Birds, but 2 Brave Birds should be the play here, as this would guarantee the win. And yeah, this should be a good game, as this Brave Bird will get the shield most likely. No, we're actually just going to knock them out immediately. I guess for them calling the bait was the only way to win this game. Does make some sense. We see a Tapu Fini in the lead, which is very good for this team, as we see the Nidoqueen aligned against it. Also cool about the say swap of the Moltres here is you are not really too weak against Tapu Fini, but you might be able to counter, like, get it out of the way because they don't want to face the Nidoqueen, and then you kind of have a decent matchup with your Dragon Breath user in the back. So it's a pretty decent way to get out the fairy types, get a shield advantage, and then clean it up with the Nidoqueen plus the Moltres with the Giratina at the end. We see the Poison Fang coming through here against the Chandelure, trying to bait here to get the shield from them. We see the swap out into Giratina now. Giratina can take those flame charges, and we see Weezing coming in. This is going to be a tough one because the Weezing actually is pretty strong in this meta. I also kind of want to build it, but it's super expensive, so I don't really want to build right now at least. They can go for one Ancient Power, but they can just get farmed down here, I think, by Fairy Wind. There's not a lot that they can do, but they can still get to one Dragon Claw, which will at least get some damage on them. Will put them into range for at least one Earth Power here, but sadly they're going to lose CMP. And the craziest thing here as well is that they run the Sludge, which is something that is usually not something that you would see on this Pokemon, especially not in this meta. It doesn't really make too much sense. We see the Chandelure coming back in here, and they can go ahead and go for one Ancient Power while they sneak in an extra fast move, which is not ideal. We will see that they can go for a Flame Charge, but they have to go for another Flame Charge in time but this will come down to the wire. They will knock out the Moltres here, but can the Nidoqueen get to another charge move? They will be able to get to another charge move, and this is going to be a good game. Thanks all for watching, and also I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Leave a like if you haven't already, and bye!